Hear ye, gather around everybody, because Artemis is back with another deck profile. I got 45th at the Vegas Regional with yours truly, Belo Betty. So I'm here to show y'all a little guide, my list, the matchups I encountered, and why I think
Zeus is a noob trap.
First things first, make sure you guys go check out my homie Jake with TCG's Red Green Smoker deck profile. Link in the description below. Thank you guys for that video, by the way. That video was super successful. I gained a hell of a lot of new followers. I was trying to hit 1K when we hit 1K. All right. Without further ado, first off, if y'all really want to win, you just got to make sure your Dawn is all different. That's what I did at the regional, although I had way too many of the Whitebeard Dawns, so I used 3 of him. But can you imagine if all 10 of my Dawn was different? I could have gone 10-0. But I had to settle for, people call it top 64, but I'm going to call it top 48 because that sounds cooler. And, I mean, I was X2, bro. I had the same record as, people in top 32. So, come on now. All right, let's just get into this. We got Belo Betty, the leader. Was thinking of getting an alt art a day before the event, but can win without it. Min Rarity Gang. If anyone asks you what's the best card in Belo Betty, and if you don't say this, then you're not a real Belo Betty player, okay? This deck would probably be, in your off-meta local without such a powerful searcher. Holy cheese, bro. This would be the second. Well, actually, it's between Ivankov and Karasu.
8-4.
And we got Lindbergh. Amazing. In the mirror. Cool thing you can do against Smoker if they're running the Borsellino is use the Crosser to minus the Borsellino because it has plus 1k, and then you use Lindbergh to kill it. So, yeah, that's how you counter the Belo counter, I guess. And we got this koala right here. Also great in the mirror when mixed with the 2-cost Kuma. And Lindbergh as well. 2 Morley. Some people... Well, actually, everyone's different when it comes to their Morley ratios. Some run them at 4, 3, 2, or 0. I guess all Belo Betty players, understand that he's probably not the best one of. You need to run him at multiple copies or none. But I think he's a great card, a great trigger, and a great ability that your opponent definitely has to pay attention to. 3 Inazuma. I wanted to run 4, but you'll see why later. I'm not running 4. But overall, very great card, but can be a little bit tricky to use sometimes because sometimes, your board gets cleared and all you have is a 1 cost with 2k power or whatever. So you got to don that up to make sure that he gets rush. Yeah. Little finicky, but definitely can win games on his own. We got... So during the regional, the Vegas regional, also, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video. The reason why this took me so long is because, I just didn't feel like it, okay? I'm sorry. But now I'm here to give you guys this deck profile, so you can't really say anything, alright? Alright, I gotta stop, bro. Also, if you guys can hear the fan, I'm sorry. Deal with it, because, it's hot, dude. Yeah, I was running 3 of this And then 1 of the promo Sabo, the 5 cost, active main. Add 1 of your life to give him 6k power. And honestly, I wish I just stuck with 4 of him, because 4 of this 2k Kuma, because the trigger is great when you get it, like during the mid/late game, if you even want to say Belo ever has a late game. Yeah. But if you do own the promo Sabo, I didn't own it. I only could borrow 1 copy off of somebody, which is why I only ran 1. If I ran multiple, I would probably I probably would have tested 4 of this versus 4 of the promo Sabo. Could even argue 2. Who knows? But yeah, for the regional, I ran 3 and then 1 of promo Sabo. Promo Sabo, rest assured, never ever came up in any of my games. I think I summoned it once, and it didn't even do anything. Alrighty, 4 of this guy. I feel like you have to run him at 4 in this format. Super amazing in the mirror. Super amazing when paired with other cards as well, like the 2 cost 2k Koala. Also a great life trigger, a very underrated life trigger, and can definitely catch your opponent off guard, KO their searchers that will attack into yours, and I think they're called chump blockers. Then we got 3 Ivankov. You could run them at 4, but I think 3 is enough. Having a little too many bricks in this deck did really, really hurt me, which is why I also don't run this Koala at 4, even though I see a lot of people do. I can't believe it, bro. My second round against GP, which is a favored matchup, by the way. I'll get into it later. But 6 cards in hand, 5 bricks. How crazy is that, dude? I wish I ran this guy at 4. There were times when I just really, really needed him, and I just think he's an absolutely amazing card, especially in a format where, yes, you yourself are an aggro deck, but also most other decks are aggro as well. And yeah, even if you don't want to use him as a blocker, 7k after leader ability, is nothing to scoff at. And plus, he's 3 costs. If you lose the dice roll, you can play him on your 3 Dawn turn. Really, really good. 3 stage. So, coming into the tournament, I really, 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 really did not like stage. I thought it was too much of a nag and card advantage. But honestly, during the regional, it was amazing. It was amazing. There's an argument for 2 if you don't like having too many. I was testing 2 for a little bit, but yeah, stage, I will say, stage is good. I do really like it. It's good into your unfavored matches where you need to find very specific cards, to beat your opponent. It's good into stuff like Buggy. If you're trying to go for lethal and need an extra rusher, you use it to search your Inazuma. One mistake, actually, that I made in a lot of my games, and that I'm still probably going to end up making in future games, is if you see an opening hand with stage, you should keep it. Yes, it's not the best card in the deck, your Belo Betty Searcher, but it's better than not having a turn 1 play at all. And from there on out, like, you can just use it to adapt to whatever your opponent has, like answer whatever they have, or whatever they do to you, search whatever, and you will be good. Unless you keep missing with it. It has happened before. Very frustrating. Be like that for top 3 searchers, though. But yeah. Do try stage if you are still not a believer yet. Also, I know recent lists haven't been running him. In low-key, he can be a bit hard to use, and it can feel bad to discard him when you don't need him, which can force you, or can incentivize you to misplay, because who likes discarding, like, top end? Like, let's be real here. But I think he was great in the games that I used him in. I think he definitely should be considered more, but I also do think you should be careful with him. I typically wouldn't use him, wouldn't hard play him on my 8 Dawn turn. I would wait till my 10 Dawn turn to play him, which can be slow, but in matchups you're unfavored in, like Buggy, Bonnie, and even, like, I guess, something like Zoro, he's a great, great card. He's a great, great card, and I'm going to keep testing him, and I'm going to test some builds without him, but overall, I like him. I lived by him, and I died by Dragon. Yeah, this for me, I would say, is an understandably big question mark. But I do still believe people should test him in Belo. Another very controversial card, and another one I'm also unsure about as well, is... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is the reason why I was running only 3 Inazuma. You shouldn't run too much Rush, because they can, like, clog your hand, and sometimes you would just rather have utility, like board removal, or Karasu blocker, or even just more triggers, you know. Also, shoutouts to 6-Cost Koala for constantly being my last life. I love you and hate you at the very same time. But yeah, you already saw the card. It's Energy Hormone, you know. This one is the most polarizing card in Belo Betty, aside from, like, maybe Zeus, which I'm going to talk about, because I am personally anti-Zeus. Is it called propaganda if it's, like, I don't know, whatever. Because, yes, it's a good trigger, and sometimes people will swing into you anyway, even if you do leave the 3 Dawn up. It's also really good in the mirror, too, because if you lose dice roll, and this is something one of my homies who, like, is an all-time great at Belo Betty told me. Shout out to you, by the way, if you're watching this video, party. Yeah, you go first, you find your searcher in the mirror, play that out as your body, and then turn 2, you get your 3 Dawn, you just swing with your leader, maybe they take, maybe they don't, and then you just leave 3 Dawn up, because if they attack you, right, then, boom, you get to activate it, you get to block their attack, all is good. However, if they choose not to attack you to play around it, they are just putting themselves behind. You know, they're putting themselves super duper behind. And then you get to snowball out of control anyway. You go to 5, maybe play out one of the Ivankovs, and you're in control in the mirror. Okay. And yeah, like I said earlier, also like a pretty decent trigger. Do want to be careful though. There have been games when I was getting way too like trigger happy and placing down way too many bodies, and then all those bodies got cleared and had nothing in hand because I kept shooting out bodies because I was getting way too ahead of myself. So yeah, very like interesting and controversial card that I highly recommend you guys to try at least once and like try and think about like the implications of it. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to test some builds without it. I'm going to maybe try running it even at 4, maybe. Actually, no, I think 3. If you're running this, you kind of have to run it at 3. 4 is too much, and 3, I think 3 is good. Everything else would be too low. Yeah, that is the deck list. Now, let me tell you about the matchups. First of all, I want to call out this one jerk on Discord trying to discredit my absolutely hard run. How dare you have the audacity to say this to me? How dare you say, because you went X4 with the same deck, also played Zeus. Well, why are you saying, well, I quote, well, anyone can win if they have good matchups. Let me tell you about my matchups right now. The mirror. Well, I did win dice roll and did win because of my opponent's misplaying. You know how miserable the mirror is in Belo? I hate this mirror. I hate mirrors in most card games. Round 2. Unfortunately, this was... Shoutouts to Clyde TCG, by the way, my opponent. Unfortunately, this was a favorable matchup that I got absolutely mollywopped in because I had 6 cards in hand with 5 bricks. Like, let's see here. Round 3, I believe was UP. I honestly don't think UP is as free for Belo as people think it is, because all I have to do is just spam a couple Big Moms and Katakuris on you and your life sucks. Okay. I've lost to UP as Belo plenty of times. I didn't lose to it a single time during the regional, but against him, he's absolutely destroyed me. Thunder Bagua, absolute threat as well. Just if they're able to ramp up to 8 Dawn super quick, and then I miss my Ivankovs, like, yeah, it's not as favorite as people think. I do think it's like still like 60-40 in our favor, but I could see an argument for 55-45, all right? And then round 4 was against Zoro, which, as you know, one of Bella's worst matchups aside from Lucci and Buggy, which thankfully I did avoid. Thankfully, my opponent wasn't too sure how to go about this matchup, so I was able to capitalize on knowing both decks, because I also know Zoro inside out. Call me the red man. But yeah, that was a really hard matchup. And after that, UP, another mirror, which I lost because I freaking misplayed. I grabbed an Inazuma to go for game when I would have lived the next turn if I just grabbed a Karasu blocker. Round 7 was Arlong, which, like, Arlong is low-key a threat into Belo. If my opponent didn't have 3 bricks in hand, like, the game was way too close for him to not open the greatest. Round 8, I believe, was another UP. It was weird because I got down paired. I was my opponent was already X3. Dang, I see how it is, bro. But thankfully, I was able to get out of it. And then round 9 was against Bonnie, which, another unfavored matchup, by the way. Unfortunately, though, for him, he didn't see any of his 5 costs, like Cavendish or whatever, so I was able to capitalize off of that. That's also a matchup where I can't emphasize enough how useful Dragon is against a matchup like Bonnie. Like, Dragon... Oh, my deck is in reverse now. Dragon is so insane into Bonnie. And then round 10 was against Blue Nami. So that... Oh, yeah. I forgot the most important detail of the video. Why I don't run Zeus. Yes, Zeus clears blockers, keeps your opponent from starving you, is a 2K counter. What more could you want? Let me tell you why Zeus is a trap. And to everyone who suggested I play Zeus, I'm sorry, but the most I'm doing is 2. I do see an argument for 2 Zeus, but if you're running Zeus in late June, or you're running it right now in early July, and have plans to run into an OP12, let me tell you right now, that card's a trap. Can't be searched. Is a brick in hand when you need to discard for leader ability. Incentivizes your opponent to go aggressive against you. You have a chance of getting rid of a perfectly good trigger. You just gotta trust what the Revolutionary Army can do, okay? Like, running pure Revolutionary Army for this deck, all the Rev Army cards are built to deal with situations that Zeus supposedly covers for them. And that's why I think Zeus is not good in this deck. I'd be okay if you guys ran it at 2, is because it wouldn't flood your hand as much. Let me call out the person who dissed me on Discord again. Told me that I only got lucky because of my matchups.
You're running Zeus, right? You were complaining that you saw all 4 Zeus in your mulligan hand? Good job. Like and subscribe. I'm sorry.
Not